Hello there!
Welcome back to another video! This week I'm going to be showing you guys the process of a watercolor painting that I did back in early December. I recorded this because I felt like I had to do this watercolor painting, and I felt like recording it since I was going to be pretty stationary and since it's watercolor and all that. So this is a painting of Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter. I took more reference from the books than I did her actress, but that it still sort of looks like the actress because the actress looks so much like the book character. But I did this illustration because it was one of my brother's friend's birthday and she was throwing this huge Harry Potter themed party, and it was like such a big thing. Like, I typically don't hang out with my brother's friends that often, but this friend of his knew how big of a Harry Potter fan I was, so I was specifically invited because of that. And it just, like, she went all out. They had so many, like, there was, instead of they had like Quidditch pong, so they had like these 3 rings across the beer pong table, and there was like this whole point system where you could like cast spells at each other to give yourself or your opponent disadvantages and advantages. As soon as like the party really started going underway, you were sorted into houses. There was like a Horcrux hunt. There was a killing Voldemort thing, and like if you found a Horcrux, you had to answer Harry Potter trivia to be able to kill the Horcrux, which I was too busy playing Quidditch pong to actually find a Horcrux. But there was like house points and stuff. Like, I was sorted into Gryffindor, even though I'm a Ravenclaw. But yeah, like, I wasn't able to get that many points besides the ones I won at Quidditch pong. But every now and then, like, there would be a trivia question that like the party goer might not know, so I was like, hey, if I answer it, can I like steal the points? So I was able to do that like 3 or 4 times, which netted Gryffindor a couple points. But in the end, Gryffindor came in 3rd place. I think the winner was Hufflepuff, but the birthday girl's fiance was in Hufflepuff, so I think that was kind of like unfair. Like, you would get points for like making the birthday girl a drink, and so she was like very drunk and very much losing track of the points by the end of the night. But no, yeah, it was a whole big thing, and I really enjoyed it. The party was like in the middle of my finals season, so I very much needed the break from everything, and it was just, you know, a really good time. So I painted Luna because I did some detective work prior to the party to find out the birthday girl's favourite character, and even though she was like dressed up as McGonagall for the party, she had said that Luna was her favourite. At least that's what she told my brother when he asked. So I painted Luna for her and I got it framed. This is my first time drawing like in this specific size because I bought the frames first and then I did the painting, so I cut the painting to the size I knew the frame was. I just bought it off Amazon. It came in a pack of 2, but yeah, I was like very rusty when I started this painting just because it was like dead center in my finals time, so I hadn't really drawn or painted anything in a while. And there you can see me. If you've seen my 6 problems with watercolor, you know that like the paper warps, it like buckles. So a lot of the time when it buckles, because it goes like up and down, the water, because of gravity, like moves to a different position on the paper. So I tend to like try to like hold the paper as flat as possible with the back of my brush, just to try to make sure that the water doesn't settle in a place where I don't want it to settle, especially if you're working small scale. Like, every single little like blotch of pigment counts. So I was like holding the brush there for like quite a while just to make sure that it dried. But yeah, I was like, it was a pretty simple, I didn't do that many layers of it. I maybe did like 3 or 4 per section, and I don't know, it was really cute. I read in the book that Luna used to store her wand over her ear just so it wouldn't get lost, and also of course the turnip earrings, and then there are these little butterfly things over her head, which are nargles. They don't look like the nargles that you might find on the Potter wiki or whatever, but that's always how I pictured them. I pictured them kind of like a mixture between a moth but just like more magical, but they're kind of invisible to everybody else. So I don't know, that's how I pictured nargles reading the book. It's not actually how they're described, but they're never really described in words, so that's just my interpretation. But yeah, this is going to be my first video in the new year. Even though I'm not keeping up an upload schedule, I did want to maintain some sort of consistency. I don't want to go like too long between uploads, but at the same time, like, I have like footage for a number of videos. Like this one, I painted this in like early December, so I have footage for quite a lot of videos. It's just been hard to sit down to like do the voiceovers, do the edit, do the thumbnail and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of hard to like get back into that rhythm of things. Also for Christmas, my brother got me a new microphone, so let me know what you think of the audio quality. I'm still learning how to use it. I've actually been having quite a bit of trouble getting the microphone to read on my video editing program. I use DaVinci Resolve, but yeah, for some reason, like on my laptop, the microphone read on DaVinci just fine, but on my big computer, it's not really registering it. So like recording the audio using that microphone, but separate, so that I'm just gonna like import the audio into the video editing. But yeah, anyway, it's just this whole thing, technical difficulties. This is my last term at school, so I'm also trying to like make sure I don't lose track of things, but it's just the first week anyway, so it's pretty chill right now. But yeah, there you see me painting my interpretation of the Nargles, and I decided to use the same colour as the turnip, just so that there would be a little bit more colour harmony. I used a blue undertone for her school uniform because she's a Ravenclaw, and so her tie is going to have some blue in it. But I felt like even though they use like grey school cloaks, I thought having a blue undertone on it would make it again be a bit more cohesive, and it's also going to match her blue eyes. I really liked doing Luna's eyes. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I really like doing it because they're just sort of like, in the books it's described as watery, kind of like vacant, very like dreamy or whatever. So I really enjoyed just trying to capture that effect in watercolor. And what else can I say about this? The background, as usual, when it comes to me and watercolors, it's going to be very much slapped in at the last minute. And yeah, I don't know. She really did enjoy this gift. By the time she opened it, it'd been a little bit into the night, so she did have a couple drinks by then, but I think she really liked it. She's the kind of person, the birthday girl, that really appreciates handmade things, and a lot of people got her a lot of like Harry Potter like themed stuff. Like my brother got her this like goblet that she was drinking from all night, which was hilarious. And yeah, overall, like I have my little Gryffindor badge pinned up against my scarf that's on my wall, so I get to just like look at that and remember the day I was a Gryffindor instead of a Ravenclaw. I don't know, just a good time. Like I've never been to a themed party that wasn't like from an organization that was kind of like made by an individual that was like that extra. Like there was this little sign on the door to go out the back door that just said Dumble, so it was a Dumble door. There was another little sign that said it's Mimosa, not Mimosa. There were chocolate frogs, which were made from like silicone molds. There were so the way we got sorted was there was this hand knitted sorting hat, and then what you put on the hat, you sat down and then you picked up a random cupcake, and then you had to bite into the random cupcake, and each cupcake had a coloured bit of icing. So red for Gryffindor, yellow for Hufflepuff, blue for Ravenclaw, and green for Slytherin. Slytherin was magically so overstacked. Like Slytherin had at least 4 more members than any of the other houses. Gryffindor had the least amount of members, which put us at a very big disadvantage. And what else? Everyone was dressed up in costume, and there was Ron and Padma from the 4th year Yule Ball. Like they went all out. There was Harry Potter, which is a guy I actually knew, but he had like the Harry Potter glasses on, so I didn't recognize him as like the guy I knew. And so he was like looking at me and waving, and I was just like, oh hi, like person I don't know. And then he approaches me, he's like, hey, and I was like, oh wait, oh I'm so sorry. And he never let me live it down. I'm like, it's a compliment to your costume. Personally, I didn't really have enough time to put like a proper like cosplay type of thing together, so I have this jumper that has all 4 like house colors. It's from Tommy Hilfiger, so it also has like an H crest. So like one side is yellow with a green sleeve, the other side is red with a blue sleeve. So I call it my 4 houses representation jumper. So I was wearing that, and then I bought a little like witch beanie from Amazon to wear. And I have a little time turner necklace. So it's just a general wizard. Like my backstory was I went to Ilvermorny, but I wish I would have gone to Hogwarts. So that's why I represent all 4 Hogwarts houses. That was like the backstory for the day or whatever. But see what else? I don't know, it's just a really good time. And I really enjoyed doing this painting and living the Harry Potter, because I haven't really done that much like more in, like I did the Weasley twins, I did a couple like rough sketches of the Golden Trio, I did like a female version of Harry Potter like a long time ago, but I think this is the first time I've drawn Luna, and it's definitely the first watercolor I've done for Harry Potter, which was very nice. And it was like the first watercolor I did in like 3 months and I haven't done a watercolor since, so I really need to get on that again. But yeah, this is essentially the finished watercolor piece. We're going to have a little bit of a pan to see a little bit up close with the texture. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've ever been to a really like enjoyable themed party. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all sometime soon.